So you want to sell your guitar. We're going to tell you how we price it.
Sure.
It's not crazy. It's pretty simple, right?
It's no secret.
There's not
easy.
There's not this like sort of like it's not the what's that, Good Will Hunting, that movie.
Oh, yeah.
None of that stuff.
No.
None of us even know what that is. We just like the movie because it's like, how about them apples?
That's right.
We don't understand the actual math of it. We're stupid.
Well, it's hillbillies. We can't
Yes, hillbillies
can't have
down
all
here.
that.
Don't get it. So you're gonna go. Let's say you're going to a guitar store to sell your guitar. First thing we do, physical inspection. It's pretty simple. We're gonna check the guitar for breaks, imperfections, defects.
Does it work?
Does it work?
Does it have strings? All that stuff.
And we have a whole video and a bunch of videos in the past, like, how to best sell your guitar to shop, like things like that. Look up, just go to like and subscribe.
And hit the bell.
And then go find some of the older videos. Like, you can watch I was watching some earlier today with Jonathan's beard was like down to here. Like, I had no beard on for a bit. I'm gonna probably shave it again eventually. Who knows? Once it gets cold, I'll shave it off. It's like shaving my head soon. It's always fun to do that. But anyway, so we do a full physical inspection. That's just getting an idea of it. Now here's where the most important step comes in. Number 2 is the comps. We're gonna look at comps, where it's selling across the marketplace. A, in our physical store.
Yep.
B, across other shops, probably where they're selling, but don't discount Reverb.com, who is now no longer owned by the overlords of Etsy, is breaking free of that shackles and coming to the land of Fender.
Weird.
See how that goes. It's going to be fun. But Reverb is its own tricky little Trojan horse.
Yes.
You can't look at what everybody's pricing it at. We're going to look at what they're actually selling through for. But there's also tricks within there too. We got to look at the dates they sold for, because it might be like, this sold for this is the cost algorithm of the basic average, but it could have been sales from 2012. That's too low.
It gives you a little trajectory. You know what I mean? Like, so you can kind of know. And this, I'm sort of, we're going to talk about this later, but we also have to think about, just because something sells on Reverb, we kind of know what sells for us, and it's not always.
And some things we can sell for more.
Yeah, for
sure.
sure.
We have an audience that we've cultivated, so you got to know your shop's audience as well. Not every shop's the same. If you go to Groon's or you go to Wildwood, we have a different customer base.
Yep.
If you go to, Casino Guitars or that sort of the dumpy store like Music Villa in Bozeman, Montana, like they're mostly like, just they sell skateboards and a couple guitar strings.
Pointing guitars.
And pointing guitars.
Mostly pointing
That's
stuff.
so fun. I hope Paul sees this at some point. God. Anyway, so know the shop you're selling it to. That sort of gets. But Reverb it's a great source. Don't be silly, but it's not what everybody's asking for it. That's not the price.
No, you got to see what it actually sold for.
We will comp that too, and then you might comp eBay, but not really anymore. It's just not a thing. We also, this is sort of fits within this category. We kind of know what the things are selling for already.
Yeah.
Like when somebody's like, "Hey, I've got a Les Paul traditional, 2008. How much do you think I can sell it for?" Like, we have a number.
Usually, if I'm being 1,000% honest, I look up the Reverb thing just to be like, look, see, because sometimes people think that we're saying we're trying to lowball them, or we're trying to kind of get over them. But you want to be able to kind of back up. Okay, here's the actual numbers. Here's the data. So
now, the next part's going to sort of factor into where we go later.
Yep.
Number 3, are you trading it in and wanting to do like just a swap of some sort, or are you just wanting cash? You're going to get more if you're going towards a trade.
For sure.
If you want cash, you get a little bit less. Let's talk about the cash play. You're probably going to average on across the board, and this is not just us. It's not just a couple of shops I've talked to. It sort of lives in that 60% of what the sell through range is going to be. The shop has to make a profit.
Right.
Unless.
And sometimes people think like, oh, you're going to make $50. But like our video we just came out with, you'll go out of business doing that.
Oh yeah, go watch that one. It's about the map in the UK stores and like how they're just getting slaughtered right now, and that's getting into map and no map. There's pros and cons to both of it, but we're watching what's happening over in UK and Europe, and it's a bloodbath. Anyway, so I say like it's 60% sort of the ballpark. It can be different. It can be less. If it's something we think we really can't work with, it can be more if it's something we really want to see, or we know we have a customer wanting that guitar right now. Or it could be a plain out even swap.
Yeah.
Sometimes if we just think it's going to work better for our consumer base, we did that the other day with the people.
And we were super happy. The guy got a guitar he was super happy about.
It was a fun, and that behooves you to know the shop people too. So we knew him, we trusted him, we've done business with him before. And he's like, hey, I got this. I don't really love it. You have this. It's the same thing. Like, can we do a trade? And I was like, let's just trade even. He's like, really? I'm like, yeah.
And that's not probably typical. No. But I don't think you can go into a shop that you don't know them, you never bought anything, you don't know the folks at all, and just expect that, because that's pretty VIP.
Yeah,
treatment.
But that happens.
But sometimes it works out.
That's why it's great to work with your local shops. It can become a place where it can be a trading station for you.
Yes.
Because we want to freshen up our inventory sometimes too.
That's right.
And even if it was something that's brand new, we're guitar lovers above all. Number 4 of this little posse here is it something we think we can sell?
Right.
Do we have a customer for it? Like if you bring in some crazy, and I'm a classical guitar player, so I love playing like that. But if you bring in some really high-end classical guitar, we might not have an audience for it.
Yeah, there's all sorts of things that people come in and we know they're nice guitars. We know that someone wants it. We just kind of know what our vibe and what our wheelhouse is, right? So if it is like a metal, Floyd Rose active pickups, and it's a crazy high-end guitar, we're probably not the best place. You know what I mean?
We're the same thing. Some of the banjos and stuff, and I like the old banjos and mandolins.
Mandolins, yeah, for sure, man.
But we don't have a great audience.
We don't have that audience. Yeah.
Know your shop when you go in there. That's something like go into Cards and Grooms, work out a consignment rate with them. Yeah. That's usually, you'll get a better rate on consignment often.
For sure.
But those are all over the place. I've seen it as much as 50%, which seems a little crazy, to to 20%, to 30%, just going to the shop is what I meant. But that's a big part. Now, number 5 is really important as well. We have a 6th one. That's going to be the most important. Number 5 is demand. Is there demand for the piece that you're wanting to sell? If you're bringing in something that just released and you just didn't like it, yes, there's a high demand. If it says Gibson or Fender, it's usually a higher demand level than some of the other brands.
Sometimes.
Too. Sometimes.
This varies so wildly, and it's so. Unfortunately, us dumb guitar players are like trend creatures. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
things
weird.
It is weird, but it's true though.
Archaic design of the 50s.
But a thing will come out and be hot, and then in 6 months, no one will care. That's for pedals, that's for amps, that's for guitars, and the guitars don't get less good. It's just that they're not the hot thing.
We always say those American Standard Strats up to 2015 are some of the best Fenders they built. Those sort of 8-year, 5-year period
but
or whatever.
They'll sit forever.
They just don't capture that much.
Unless you give them away.
Yeah, $800 maybe. Sometimes and that's the price of a new Player 2 series, and it's a better guitar.
Yeah.
But it's so that's just how that works. You're getting the top of the tier American built production year of 10 years ago. But it's just not.
If you're tired of the thing and you don't want it, there's a chance. Sometimes it's just the individual thing, right? It didn't mesh with you. But
I always like Derek saying, if you don't want it, we probably don't either.
Right. And that's not. Obviously we're tongue in cheek a little bit.
That's a joke.
But there is
Someone's
a kernel
gonna
of
take
truth
that
in
seriously.
There. Yeah. Well.
God darn it! Well, I'm just not going to deal with y'all. Then we're just trying to help. So when you go in your shop, it has more fun. No, but it was fun. We have some great trades recently, and it's been awesome. And
but if there's demand, we'll trade stuff all the time that we don't particularly personally love. But we were like, okay, we know we can move this because people like it.
Now, getting to our final thing, number 6. This one's really important. Do any of the guys that work at the shop really want you bringing in a trade? If they do, you're going to get a good trade on it. That happens sometimes, and it can be because usually when Sean's working, it's dangerous because Sean likes everything, and so he wants to take it to his own collection.
It's hard not to be like, God, I need that thing. Oh my God, this would be amazing.
Yes.
Ugh.
And then you realize I'm not going to really play that much, but I really want.
I am sure there are small shops where in the beginning there were only a handful of guys involved, and they just go out of business because they literally keep everything. I'm sure that happens. That has to happen.
So many of my friends that I talk to from meeting them from YouTube and the guitar shop, they're like, oh, I want to have a guitar shop, but I know I wouldn't be able to do it because I want to keep everything. I'm like, that's a problem.
It is a problem.
You can't keep everything. You have to let it go. We have a whole bunch of Fender Jaguars coming from the custom shop, and we just got one in. We got a few more coming in on Tuesday, I think, and I love Jaguars, but I can't keep them.
No.
It's just not. I get to see them.
We get a pretty good balance here.
I get lucky.
We keep a few things, but not very many things. Like we sell way more stuff. So.
And we all like weird things done right now too.
We do. What are you gonna do?
So it works out really well. It's pretty. It's like that's kind of it. There's not much rocket science to it. It's like we look what the cost basis is. The percentage base is around like 6%, sometimes a little higher, sometimes a little lower, depending upon demand, condition. If we think we can sell it, is it the right match for our shop? It's tricky. You're better off sometimes doing consignment, but sometimes not. Sometimes you just want to get that sort of dang and done. You're best doing a trade. That's sort of the rundown of that. Like if you got something you want to trade it towards, we just did a bunch of work on some guitars for a dear friend of ours that just drove up from Atlanta via Charlotte via something else. And like he has credit and gift cards, and all the work's going to go towards his credit here, and it's fun. Like that happens because that's what shops can do.
That's right.
And that ends up you can turn that into some cool guitars instead of
for sure.
It kind of goes reverse against credit, I guess, when all the work was. Yeah, that's how it works. No, it's cool. So anything you want to add on that, Johnny?
I think that's about it.
You think
man.
you're good?
I think we're pretty good. We're pretty good. If we're ever trying to like say, oh, maybe you should go somewhere, it's only because we want you to get the most.
No, we're terrible business people.
We really are sometimes.
We try to make sure that's known.
Yeah.
We'll send you somewhere else. I'll show. We've set up reverb pages for other people.
God.
Like we've done it for like customers that come in like, hey,
like hours doing this.
I know. We can't do that anymore. It's just not time in the day. But, can you take pictures for me for reverb? Like I was like, yeah, we did it first time. Wait a minute, we had to stop. We just didn't have time.
Right. But we have a pile of things waiting to go on the website.
Yeah, we have so much. We have a queue of things, and Sean's been like, "Dad, stop it! I can't just do these anymore." It's so it's like that's the idea. Is like we want you to get the most for it and have fun. Know that whoever you're taking to the shop does have to make a profit on it somehow. And if you're a friend of the shop, you might get some great trades where you're just doing that like a swappy swap. Be open to those things too, and just have fun with it.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like it's a good time.
Why not?
I've had a really good time doing that whole thing. It's been some funny swaps this week, so it's been good.
They're good swaps. Though.
Good. So let us know your experience with this. Your experience if you had like horrible trades, great trades, if you like doing it, if you don't. Some people love it. They love coming and doing like the trades and whatnot. But just let me know. And again, click like, subscribe.
Hit the bell.
Have a beautiful day out there, and we will talk with you soon.
Sounds good.